Coach, I think with the first two exhibition games, you were 9 of 40, and I think tonight you hit 13 of 23. Just any thoughts on, the shooting?
Yeah, I think, our top 8 rotation guys shot 72%, 60% from 3, and 100% from the line. So, yeah, that is a total, it looks so much different when the ball goes in the hole, but our ball and body movement was so much better. We played with more pace, we played with more enthusiasm, passion. Of course, it's a lot easier when you make shots, and they couldn't throw it in the ocean early, but I tell you what, that first half, or the first 25 minutes, that ball moved. It seemed like to me we got everything we wanted even when we didn't score.
This is a different circumstance you have in some games. There's a number of players available to you in the second half with a big lead like that. Just how do you approach sort of rotating people in and trying different lineups?
Well, we have 8 guys on scholarship that was available to us, so I was going to play those 8 guys for at least 30 minutes. That's what I wanted to do, play those 8 guys for 30 minutes, and I knew the other guys would play the last 10. So I felt like playing it that way was much better for us getting better than subbing everybody in the first half. I wasn't going to do that.
And then what's the status with Jamari? I know you said on the pregame show he had a minor injury in practice.
Yeah, he got his bell rung pretty good the other day. So I don't know that he can practice tomorrow, but I think that he should be able to practice by Wednesday. And if that's the case, then we can anticipate him being available to us this weekend.
Bill, you talked about Nick Timberlake and just that last starting position. He had a pretty nice game off the bench, hit 2 threes. What does that kind of show you in building off, and how did you kind of determine who to start this game?
Well, I think that he and El Marco are the 2 options to start. Johnny's really not. He missed 3 weeks of practice. But I think having some shooting off the bench is better for us. But it doesn't matter. You guys make a big deal out of that. That absolutely doesn't register with me on who starts. It's far more important on who finishes, and they all played the same minutes tonight regardless. But I'm not into who's a starter, who's not a starter. I think that gives us the best chance to play well with pace and energy early in the game with El Marco in there, though.
You mentioned Johnny there. Just what you think of the way he played?
I thought he did fine. I thought he played as good as anybody. I thought he played as good as Nick. I thought he played as good as El Marco. He rebounds the ball better than both of them. He's not as good a playmaker, obviously, as El Marco, but I thought he did well, and it's good for him to see the ball go in the basket too. So he needed that. He and Nick and El Marco haven't scored the ball consistently in practice, so it was good for them to, for me to see those guys at least see the ball go in the basket a little bit, even though El Marco's baskets were layups. I did think he played well though.
And with Hunter, what stood out to you about what he did tonight?
Well, he got us off to a great start. He and Kevin got us off to a great start. Did he miss his first shot? Somebody told me he missed his first shot and made 8 in a row. So obviously, he did miss his first shot and then made 8 in a row. What's that?
Got his own rebound.
Okay. So that's exactly right, and then scored on the putback. So yeah, he was perfect basically the first half, and he hadn't shot the ball well from beyond the arc consistently, but he is a good 3-point shooter, and he thought everyone was going in tonight. So that was great to see. One thing I would be critical of, we had a big size advantage, and I don't think he got to the post near as much as he could have, in large part because he was shooting the ball well from the perimeter.
How different is it when he and Parker are out there together versus him and KJ? Is that?
Oh yeah, it's a big difference.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a big difference. Parker's a good passer, but it's a big difference. They can play together some, but I don't think there's going to be a steady dose of that.
Okay.
I think the steady dose will be KJ at the 4. Yeah.
Also, how you talked about the passing and the ball movement. How realistic is that for this team and its ceiling? I mean, is
Well,
that,
you're never gonna, there won't be another game in college basketball where there's 21 assists on 22 baskets in the first half. That won't happen again this year. But the way that we did move it, I thought was so much better. I thought we had better ball and body movement. We got a couple of back cuts. I don't know that we're a great passing team, but Hunter and Juan especially, and then Kevin and KJ can do some things passing the ball also. I think we're a pretty good passing team. But it's also unrealistic to think that you won't score off the bounce. If you put your head down and drive it and go one-on-one like Kevin did the first play of the second half, there's no assist involved. And that's just as good an offense. So sometimes it's misleading when you have a lot of assists. Also means you're not driving the ball that much.
do you have any thoughts on Dewan no shots? I mean, is that a?
He
Doesn't
could
matter.
care less.
What about you?
I told him, let's screen, rescreen, have him go under and one, you shoot it. He doesn't care. I mean,
Right.
he'll shoot it when he needs to, but that doesn't interest him. He's just gonna play the game, and to me, you could make a case Kevin and obviously Hunter, but Juan was as good a player as we had tonight.
Anything else? Thanks, Coach.
All right, guys.
Thanks, Bob.